guys, looks a little bit different this time. I know. We don't have Javi and we don't have Koolaid. But we do have me.
And Angela.
And this time we have guests. To my left.
I'm Destiny.
Caitlin. Julie.
And I think it's only appropriate that we have a female podcast this time. Even though it is Movember, so we should have an all guy podcast. So the reason why we have you ladies is because there's a lot of questions right now that guys do not know the answers to, and I feel like you ladies should be able to help us out a little bit. So the first question that I have for you ladies is, how do I slide in y'all DMs? Like, it doesn't, like anytime I like. So what do you ladies like to like? If I'm sliding to somebody's DMs, somebody slides to your DMs, what do you want to hear?
Don't open with just hi.
No?
I hate that. I hate that so much. It's so dry. It doesn't offer any kind of discussion, like a hi or a hello. It's just like, I just kind of phase over it. Like it's just past.
Mm-hmm.
So you two are in relationships. So we have the two singles and then the two relationships. So all right. So Angela, if someone slides into your DM,
I'm gonna ignore it.
automatically, no matter what.
I ignore all of them unless it's like a stupid guy who's like, "Oh hey, let me fuck," and it's just like.
What? No. So a let me fuck works with Angela.
No. It's that's where that's where I screenshot it and I send it to the group chat and I'm like, all right guys, what are we gonna talk about today? Like that's where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna entertain this because I'm bored.
So what would work for you? What if some guy slides into your? Alright, so me personally, if I slide into somebody's DMs, it all depends on the day of the week. Say if it's a Monday, I'm like happy, Monday, how was your weekend, right? If it's a Wednesday, I'm saying happy,
Hump day. Happy hump day.
I'm like, how's your week been? Blah, blah, whatever. If it's a Thursday or Friday, I'm like, thank God the week is almost over. Like, what do you got planned for the weekend?
Oh, that's so
You're
right.
so polite.
That's
Look,
so smart.
Mike is out here trying to do a little something, So all right, so for the two that are in actual relationships, do you still get guys that slide into your DMs?
Yes.
And
But,
so what do you get?
I mean, even before I was like in a relationship, I never answered them because in order for me to answer them, I would have to have shown some sort of interest in you first.
Okay.
Whether it be like commenting on something or liking something, like if someone just comes out of nowhere, I'm like,
What the fuck?
it's just unwanted. Like it doesn't even have to be like because I don't like them or whatever. Like you don't know what I'm going through in my day for you to just like pop in.
So it depends on the day. So if you're having a bad day, you're just not looking at anybody.
Just for me personally, it's something like I feel like if I would have shown any sort of like interaction towards you to begin with, then fine, go ahead, talk to me. But don't just come out of nowhere. Like I don't know you.
What about you, Kate?
There's been a couple times where I get DMs, and whenever I open anything, Ryan's usually right there. So he'll be like,
so who's this?
There's been a couple times where he's like, sup, and he'll send something back, and I'm just like.
I think that's one of the best responses that you can receive. Is like, oh damn girl, you fine, and then you just get like a picture of her dude, like, yeah, I know she is, like this is all mine.
I mean, at this point though, everyone knows I'm in a relationship now.
Right.
That's
on
exactly
like
what it
every
is.
social media, so I don't really get them like anymore.
So do you? I know personally that I've to touch base on what you said, Julie. You didn't do anything that warranted. I know guys that have gone an absurd amount of time messaging females and get no response back. So how do you handle that? Like I know someone who's gotten like a whole year of a guy who messaged.
So what are we talking about?
I think probably everybody here now. So how do you handle that situation? Do you let him just keep doing it, or do you say eventually bro, stop? Like obviously it's not gonna work.
Well, that's a him problem. Like if you want to have a conversation with yourself in my DMs, like you can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I always get like those random people from like India. Yeah.
Show me vagina.
Oh, yeah.
Show me pussy, please.
And then he would actually like try to talk through Messenger, like call me, and I literally have a message that I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you calling me? And he's just like, oh, sorry, friend. Like, bye. Like, no.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
So okay, so
I mean, I feel like
Okay, hold on. I think the moral of the story is if the girl is not showing interest by liking your pictures or like maybe like
or
sending
commenting
comments,
or ever.
like
have
do not
texted
send
you.
her a DM.
Don't do
if
it.
a chick likes
Okay.
one of my pictures, I'm liking like six.
Okay. Okay. So if you like 6 of her pictures and she likes one of them and then you like 6 more, you probably shouldn't do that.
No, don't do. Also, don't like old profile pictures.
Yeah,
like, that's,
don't.
you know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm scrolling, if I'm if I like something that's like from a year ago, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna
Same.
look.
My pictures are up there for a reason. Go through them, and I'm gonna go through yours. Don't upload them.
I will go to like, look, you got 300 pictures. I'm just gonna slide. I'm like, look, I don't like it.
No, like I just find it so weird. Like when a guy like is purposely going through my profile pictures and I see him like liking one that's like 2-3 years ago. I'm like, what are you doing? Like I don't even know you.
I don't,
just added you on
think that's
Facebook.
weird. It's like my pictures are up
They're
there
up
for
there
people
for-
to
yeah.
see. Like,
Definitely.
go ahead, look. Like, if
Definitely.
you like one, shit, like them all.
I mean, I also think it like depends on the social media for me.
Nice.
Like if it's on Instagram, I feel like that's different because it's all pictures. But like if it's like on Facebook,
Oh
like,
yeah. That's,
don't like.
that's
Well,
really
what if they're admiring your glow up? So like, boom, in 2010 they see you and they're like, okay, and then they see you now and they're like, she looks nothing like this anymore. So what about that? Or
Am
what-
I okay? Like, I feel like you guys are making me feel like a creepy dude. I go through everyone's albums. Like, okay, you have an album that's like titled Mexico 2015. I'm going through that shit. I want to see the fun you had.
Like, show me everything.
I think there's anything wrong going through the pictures. It's just like if all of a sudden you're liking a picture that's like 10 years old. That's like I don't know. I wouldn't personally like somebody's picture that's like 10 years old.
I see, me personally, I get females that will like old pictures, and the first thing that comes across my mind is, how did you find this picture?
I
Like,
was gonna say
rolled.
that none of those girls have stuck with you.
yeah.
So let's just
It's like
let's think about that real quick.
like gross. All right, so move from guys sliding to your DMs, so now you're in a relationship. Do you get tired of romantic gestures, or do you want them still? Like, so you've been in a relationship for ever. And you
Yeah, how
two.
long?
So
It's like a little over 6 years now.
So do you still want those romantic gestures,
Yeah.
or do you look at people like that and you're just like,
Okay, it's weird. There's like a weird line between that because I do still like that stuff, but then like one thing that Ryan and I always make fun of people for doing is when we go out to eat and we fucking see the couple sitting side by
Oh,
side.
the same
Like,
side.
Yeah.
Oh
I like the same. I'm the same side. Like, yeah, girl, sit right next to me.
No,
We need
Julie,
elbow
wait,
room.
hold on.
Like-
Julie, as a server, how do you feel about those
It's
same
creepy.
siders?
It's weird.
so creepy.
First of all,
That's the best way to show me.
But like when you wait,
So Mike talking, because if I like pull out a meme and I hand it to you, like someone else looking at it is gonna be like, oh, that girl's on her
no,
phone.
it's weird though. Like even like me and Vince have never been same siders. Even before we were
Yeah,
dating, that's
yeah.
weird. I want to like
Hated
sit and
that.
look at you. I don't want
Right.
to sit next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I always say it. Oh my god, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like,
So when you see somebody else in public that is doing romantic activities, like, do you look, at your significant other and go, why don't you do any of that stuff for me? Are you look at them like, oh, like that's gross?
Well, it depends on.
yeah,
what
it
they're
depends
doing.
on what it is.
So horse and carriage.
What's that?
You don't know what a horse and carriage is?
I've
Like-
been
like,
on a
are you
horse
talking
and
like
carriage.
directly?
Like, yeah, so like, see, like a horse and carriage rides past you and you see a couple in
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
It's cute, but
So you're
it
gonna
makes me sad. I feel bad for the horse.
it. Okay, so I can't think of it.
You know what? Okay, you know what? Something that I like You know those guys who like sell roses or flowers on the side of the highway or something?
Yeah.
Like, I want a fucking flower. I
The
don't
$2 roses.
Yeah, I don't care if it's on I-55. Give me a damn flower.
Those gas station roses.
Well, not even just like the $2 flowers. Like
Or
also
what about?
well, like
Or the cotton.
what if like all of a sudden the guy's like on his way home from work and he sees like a flower on the side of the road, like just like whatever. He just thought it was pretty. He picks it and goes home like,
Yeah,
"Why
that's
those
cute."
flowers?"
You're like,
I would like.
we're
That's
like,
so
damn,
cute.
why they don't do
That's
that?
so cute.
All right, so spontaneous or planned out? Which one?
Ooh, I'm a big planner.
Really?
Yes.
So you'd rather have like, you know what, baby, Friday, we're gonna, get dressed up, we're gonna go out, we're gonna kick it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Or would you rather have like
A set plan.
no, well, I mean
I
like
think-
Friday would be that set
Alright,
plan. Or
alright.
would you be like, it's Friday, you guys have nothing to do, you're like, and he's like, yo, like, you know what, get
That's
dressed.
better for me
That one?
because I mean, obviously I was late today, but I'm the worst with planning stuff.
Mm-hmm. She comes in all late, like 10 seconds late, like.
But like, I mean, there's been a couple times where we have planned something out for the weekend and then I forget about it and I pick up shifts at work and I'm like, oh shit, we had this planned out. So it's usually better when we get home from work and then he's like, Ryan will be like, all right, get dressed, like we're gonna go out to dinner.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, that works.
I think spontaneous in general is really nice because it's like all of a sudden he's just thinking about like, you know what, I want to do something nice for her right now, and you go and do something, or for the girl to randomly want to do something for the guy. Like it's really nice to have that thought process instead of like, oh, you have to plan it out and you have to make sure you follow. Like sometimes there's certain things where, say you want a date night and you want to plan that out. That's nice, but spontaneous is like you're thinking about that person like at that moment and you want to do something really special.
Yeah.
I'm a really bad planner and I forget about everything. So spontaneous is the way to go for me.
So with you though, specifically,
Yeah.
if it's Saturday at like 3 p.m. right, and your significant other's like, hey, like, let's get up and go somewhere. Do you need like another 2 hours to get ready, or can you get up and go right away? Or for any of you for that
I think it
matter.
depends on
It
where
depends,
they want to
yeah.
go.
So
No,
say
I need at least an hour to get
I need an hour to get ready.
No,
Like,
for real.
let me just
Because
dash
like,
into the
chan-
Right.
well, chances are I'm not like showered. I'm in my lounge clothes. Like, no, if we're going out, I need to like look.
I think it really
Somewhat,
depends on like
yeah.
the actual like event. Like if
so
we're just
I'm
not-
like, yo, let's go to the museum.
Oh,
Let
I
me
would
do
put
my
like
face.
eyebrows on and like
yeah,
Yeah.
like light makeup.
I literally put eyebrows on and go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Because I am not ending up on people at Walmart.
Which is probably arguably one of the best websites I've ever
It is the best.
been on. Alright, so the age-old question. Ladies, does size matter?
No,
No,
No.
no.
Why do you say
I don't
that?
think it does.
Wait, hold on. Angela's over here like.
Well, Angela has had some.
Listen,
Okay,
I have found a micro penis. I have found the mythical micro penis, and
Time out. For those that do not know, what is a micro penis?
what I can't even
It
use
is
the
what
way
it
that I'm traumatized.
So the size of a tube of lipstick, or are we talking?
It was like the size of my pinky, maybe littler. Like,
Oh,
and I got real small hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are saying size doesn't. It matters a little bit.
It matters a little bit. Like,
I corrected myself. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so
It
obviously
does.
not excessively small, but like
Right.
a mediocre average size.
I think that as long as the guy knows like how to, you're right, what to do,
Yeah.
not gonna matter. Like there are guys who like have like big dicks and they just expect that the big dick that's it, like that's all they
Oh,
need.
God.
Whereas
Yeah.
like that's not really it. Like you have to learn what turns that girl on in order for her to be able to enjoy the sex rather than just like, let me just go in and out. And
So just ramming doesn't work.
Ramming
no,
does stop.
absolutely
Ramming
not.
does
Please
not work.
Never say that again.
Oh my goodness.
Ever.
I'm
No.
learning so much.
Like no, like some girls like there's certain ways how sex works where it may pleasure the girl. Like some girls like it a lot more rough. Some girls may like it more sensual. It just really depends on that chick, and it's more of that conversation you have with that girl of whether or not she's gonna enjoy it more.
All right, so if your significant other asks you to put a finger in his butthole,
I would do it.
you would do it?
Yeah.
What if he want? You've done it?
Pause.
I told you about it.
I don't remember this conversation.
I'm real now.
Okay.
So how long ago was this?
So I
Was he on all fours with his butt?
No, he wasn't on all fours. I was in college and it was a drunk, like, one night hookup stand, like, you know. And so we went up to his house after, like, drinking all night at the bar. And I don't know, you know, it just, one thing led to another.
I put a finger in his ass.
And he asked me to
Put
put
a finger
my
in my
finger
ass.
in his asshole, so I wasn't gonna say no.
Wait, so this is your first time that you guys have ever
Yeah.
hooked up?
Yeah.
The first time
Wait. Wait. No. I did hook up with him before that. But
So this is the second time. Either way, this he must be real confident in his butt taking abilities. You know what I
he
mean?
wanted it,
really
and I was
hurt.
like, "Are you sure that you want this to happen? Because I have long nails." And he was like, "It's fine." He's like, "Just do it." And I was like, "All right, well, here we go." Like I was like, I don't even know. Like I was just really drunk and I just went for it. Probably because it's booty hole, but
Ladies.
it's fine.
I'm hurt.
How long have you been trying to get on the brown train?
5.5 years.
So have any of you heard of pegging?
Yes,
Yes.
and I wanted to do
So,
that so.
oh my god.
Wait, what? Pegging.
Pegging?
What's that?
It's when you put on a strap on.
Julie, you're learning so much.
She's gonna go home and be like, "Hey Vince, I learned some new stuff."
He looks really worried. Go on.
So have any of you would any of you be interested in that?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Why not?
No, because my man's still gotta be a man. I can't make him my bitch in bed. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Thank you.
I like to be dominated. I don't need to dominate him. I'm just gonna look at him like a little sissy bitch. Like that.
So you don't want to like smack that ass while you're hitting it from the
No,
back?
and
Just like slap on his back a little.
No, and then you know damn well during an argument I'm gonna throw that shit in his face.
That's why I fucked you.
That's why I fucked you, baby. You fucked me, bitch.
Okay, so
Oh my
No,
god.
can't do it.
what? So how far are you willing to go for your significant other? Yes, like you two are single, but you can still throw your input for your last relationships. Were you willing to do whatever? Say if your significant other wanted you to put on a strap on, or your significant other wants you to move, or whatever the case may be. How far would you be willing to go for your significant other? When do you guys cross, or when do you draw the line? I'm sorry, not cross the line. When do you draw the line?
I think it depends if they're worth it.
Are we talking about like relationship wise or like sexual adventures?
Let's talk about
Sexual.
sexual first.
Okay.
Well, I mean, sex
I
is
feel
all
like-
about.
I feel like I'm willing to try almost anything.
But like,
I mean, besides
Ryan?
She's gonna have a long discussion when she gets home.
He's like, hold on, you said this was out of the question.
No, but it's like, I don't, like when you're in a relationship, well, I guess when you're just, having a long-term sexual relationship with someone too, it should be like a mutual trying to like keep both parties satisfied. So,
Well, a lot of people are into a lot of weird shit, right? So
that's
like,
why I said almost.
so like,
Almost.
say if your significant other wants you to, dress him up as a baby, like, so you have to think
That's
on the
too
lines
far.
of like, what would you really like? And you have to think about it. You guys are in love. You're 6 years in. You're 5 years in. You're 3 years in, fully in love.
You're 3 years into your relationship. You guys are super in love. You
So-
met her whole family. No.
So if your significant other tells you, say, hey, I would like this, what can you say to kind of deter them from doing
well, I
whatever?
mean, like the whole sex is all about consent. If you guys aren't both comfortable, it's not enjoyable. Why
Exactly.
would you want to do that?
Especially if like how you mentioned earlier that you like to be dominated. If you're not comfortable dominating your partner, then it's not going to be enjoyable for you. And
Right.
It's not going to be enjoyable for your partner because
Mhm.
neither one of you guys are into it.
Mhm.
It's gonna be real
Right.
awkward.
It's going to be very awkward. So I think it's more like
And then like
you guys have that conversation.
you always gotta think about them, like dress as a baby.
Right.
Okay,
No,
so
that's like a mental thing too. Like, why would you want to like
Yeah.
dress up as a baby? That's
Right,
like
right.
that's like
Like, no kink shaming. Like, if you like that, it's whatever. But,
Yeah.
like,
But it's like you want to have sex with a baby. Like I don't know.
so
No.
you move from sexual to I guess just life. So like, what would you be willing to do for your significant other? Like, would you be willing to cut off family members? Would you be willing to cut off friends? Would you be willing to move? Like, what is it?
I think it depends on the situation
So-
because us within our relationship personally, I've had issues with them I'm not gonna say which family members obviously, but like they would say super ignorant shit to Ryan sometimes. So
Your family members?
yeah,
or
my
just-
my
okay.
family members like they would just say super ignorant shit.
Because of
So I think it was a little bit of a race thing
okay.
because old school Mexicans want you to date Mexicans.
Right.
They sure do.
And so I had a couple family members say some shit to Ryan, say shit to me, and I was like, all right, well, don't expect us to come to any family parties or anything until you guys apologize.
So you told your family members?
Yeah, we both did.
Mhm.
And we didn't go to any family parties for maybe like 2 years,
Really?
a year and a half.
So did you think it was worth it? Was
Yeah.
he worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I would never want, I mean, I don't think I've ever been put in a situation like that, but I don't think it would be comfortable, obviously. And I mean, I love him, so I wouldn't want to put him in any kind of situation to where he's not comfortable and he feels very unwelcomed. So I'm like, all right, well, we're just gonna hang out with your family then on this holiday.
So then, what about if your significant other comes to you and is like, hey, I don't like so and so. Can you stop hanging out with them?
I think that depends on the situation and the person. Like, if that person honestly isn't doing anything wrong, then it's whether or not that person's feelings are valid or whether that person's trying to be controlling. But I wouldn't necessarily say there's even a fine line. Like, you can definitely tell if if that person's a specific problem. If they're talking shit, if they're flirting with you, or they're just a really bad influence on you as a person for you to have growth in your life, then yes, you can probably, validate those reasons. However, there's also the whole controlling aspect where there's jealousy and trust issues, and it just really gets really nasty at that point where it's like why should I cut off my friends because you're jealous or you have trust issues? Or you should trust me and know that I love you or I'm with you, that there shouldn't have to be that conversation. And if you really feel like you don't trust me in that aspect, then you shouldn't be with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, to bring it back to that, so are more men or more women in relationships that they shouldn't be in? Where they do have partners where they say, hey, you know what? I don't want you hanging out with so and
That's
so.
tough.
I don't think like this day and age you can even like
I was gonna say,
pinpoint that or say
Yeah.
something because
okay, like
so
back in the day,
normal
people
nowadays.
used to always say, oh, it's always the guy who's being controlling.
Right.
But I know plenty of females that are worse.
So what makes us want to stay? You're in a relationship, not you specifically. You're in a relationship where you're constantly arguing, you're constantly bumping heads, you're constantly berating. They're going through your phone. You're going through their phone. You're trying to keep tabs on each other. Why go through all that?
I can't speak on that because I never would. Like the point where you have to go through my phone and check my phone constantly to keep tabs on me, that's my breaking point at that point. Like, there's no point, because that basically means that you have no trust in that relationship. If there's no trust, then there's no relationship.
So would you be willing to completely just end the relationship? Say you're 3 years in, and all of a sudden, this guy's, starts going through your phone. He's like, for some reason, I just got this feeling that, that you're creeping.
I think first you'd have that conversation like, look, like, at the end of the day, like, I love you, I've been with you for 3 years, there's no way that I would be cheating on you. You're basically my whole world at that point.
Right.
And if you really think that, then yeah, you can go through my phone real quick if you want to validate your feelings and feel like everything's okay. But at that point, I'm letting you know that that's hindering our trust and relationship. And after that, if it's a continuous problem, then no, I'm gonna have to break up because then there's no trust in that relationship.
Bro, baby sister coming in, clutch. Look at that. I taught her well. I do agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But at the same to play devil's advocate like I always do, people are pieces of shit, and you can be 5 years in, 10 years in, 17 years in with 5 kids, and still cheat. Dad. Throwing shade.
I mean,
so
real weird in here.
I think it all depends on the person. I think it depends on there's so many factors there's so many factors that come in that you really can't pinpoint on each one.
Well, I still feel in general, if you are willing to cheat on somebody, break up with that person.
Okay, look.
No.
Let's rewind that a little bit.
No.
Just a little bit.
If you're
Just a little bit. Hold on, time out. If you cheat because you just want some booty,
That's fine.
Get your booty from your bitch.
Wait,
If you want dick, get your literally from your
literally
dad.
just shaded your dad for that, and you.
I'm not 17 years in.
How you gonna shade dad for that? But you no.
Okay, look, let me finish. If you want booty, go get booty. Not
From your man and from your girl.
Do not
Get caught.
go fall in love with somebody else. There's a big difference.
No.
There's a big
Here's the thing.
difference.
It's so easy for you to get ass from your significant other.
No. Look, you're young.
No.
So your sex drive is up here.
Nah, here's the
when
thing.
you hit 29, 30 years
let me-
old, when you hit 40 years
let me
old,
explain.
you about to go like a whole month without some booty, and then the
I don't
other
know
booty's
about
gonna be
that.
look.
But here's the thing. Let me explain.
Oh wait, time out, real quick.
No.
What's the longest you went without it in a relationship?
In a relationship? Oh, no, like a month.
So imagine being in a relationship and going a month without it.
Everett's in a relationship and he's had it without it for like.
We're not
years.
talking about Everett. I'm talking about you, girl.
But I'm saying
Put somebody on blast.
Personally,
go give up
honestly,
that booty, girl.
Personally, for me, I really do not see sex as a necessity. I enjoy it, I do, but it's not necessarily a necessity to me personally in a relationship because I feel like it's just something that people then put at number one. Like it's not.
Yeah, baby sister, you talk that shit. Don't let nobody in between your legs.
There's so many different
On my end, I need.
Well, no, it's like, I think there's so many different factors in a relationship that are more important than sex. But however, people do require sex in a relationship in order to have it flourish. And a lot of people end up breaking up with people because their sex drive is not being matched. So I understand that point, but if that's the main reason why you want to go out and cheat on somebody, then you need to have that conversation with your partner. And if that partner is not willing to help that portion of your relationship, then break up with them.
Kate.
Oh.
Is sex compatibility a big thing in a relationship?
I'm sorry, Ryan, I'm gonna put our business out. Okay, so Ryan was supposed to be just like a one night stand. So for us, kind of.
Okay. So you got the D in your mind. Cool.
And
We
then
did.
and then he just
So
kept coming.
not to get too into your business, but you guys have been in 6 years. So do you go a month without it?
There's been a couple times that we have gone a month.
And that's
without.
because you guys are on different waves, correct?
Yes.
Like you guys were into it.
Either
and you guys.
Honestly, we'll both come home from work super tired,
Mhm.
or I'll have personal issues, but yeah.
And sometimes you're just fucking tired.
Yeah,
It's like,
and you just-
I don't want to go.
But can you
to
be
bed.
tired for a month? Is that okay to be tired for a month?
I'm talking about at night.
Look, during the day, it's cool. Like, let's go.
Wake up in the morning, the dick already ready.
But then it also depends on Are you talking about like sex, or
like making love, or
no, or like foreplay stuff?
Wait,
Because
what?
like I'll still take care of Ryan even though I'm like tired, like to do anything else.
She's
Yeah.
dedicated.
No, I feel that though.
Yeah, like
yeah.
sometimes I just don't want to have sex.
Yeah,
And-
sometimes it's like, can I just blow you? Sometimes-
Yeah,
Right,
right,
right.
it is like that. Because I feel bad because sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not like helping him out as much as I should.
that's a
so
good-
I'll
that's
do
good
that
though.
instead. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, my whole thing is like, in order for me to like really want to do it, you gotta give me a reason to want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you, like, I don't know, don't be a lazy fucking piece of shit.
Like, yo, you want to
I
fuck?
don't know.
No.
No, I
really
mean, like,
don't.
I think
sometimes like I come home in like a bad mood because like something is left the way that it was left like when I went to work.
right.
Well, when I come home and see that, I get mad, and now it's like I don't even want to like look at you right now because I'm so mad.
I feel that too.
See, I think it's so different from guys versus girls because guys, we don't need anything to be like,
Like, you want to fuck? Yes.
yeah, that's all we need. It's just a simple question. But females, they do
It's
need,
true,
you know,
yeah.
that foreplay, or they do need like that, you know, that warm up, that start, that, you know, something to not just jump into it, because I think that you females feel like you feel used. Like if I come to you and I'm like, yeah, like let's fuck, you know, automatically you're like, so that's, you know, that's all you want. Especially if you slide in somebody's DMs like that.
Oh my
like,
god. Every single one of those guys gets ignored. That's it.
I don't understand where it had to have had to work sometime in
For
their
them
life
to keep doing
to
that.
keep doing it,
Right.
right?
No.
Like, so there has to be some girl out
No,
here.
they're
that
just
works
waiting for
on
that one time that.
Yeah, I think I legit think that's exactly it.
where it comes out and it's like, yo, like you trying to fuck? Like, yeah, come through, here's my address. Like, so what do you alright, so Angela, Destiny, what are you doing text messages at like 2:00 in the morning? You responding?
No.
Yeah, if I'm bored. If I stay
You're
up
not
until 4
responding?
a.m. sometimes, like,
I'm sleeping.
Angela's a fucking
I'm
grandma.
Yeah,
look, I'm 21 in college, like, I'm up. I'm awake.
So what? Who classifies the who gets to say the what are you doing text messages? So obviously a new guy that you met just yesterday doesn't get to hit you at 2 or 3 o'clock.
Oh
in the
no,
morning.
I already know what the fuck you want. Get away from me.
So what qualifications does that what are you doing text message get? Like how long do you guys have to be talking
Who
to?
is that person for you? Is what
Right.
he's saying.
Yeah,
Who's
like,
that person?
like I could be talking to a guy for 2 days and all of a sudden the what are you doing text is already valid. Whereas I can be talking to a dude for 2 weeks and then I'm like, nah, like get off. It just
So-
depends on the conversations that we're having. I could connect more on somebody that I've talked to for 24 hours than somebody I've been talking for 3 months.
Well, and that goes back to the whole DM thing. You have to have an attraction in that person first in order for them to do that.
Right.
Like,
Plus
you have
with
to
the way
have
they
some
come at
sort
you
of
in the
interest
DMs
in
is-
I
them.
mean, you guys shoot
Yeah,
shots
definitely.
sometimes though.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta pull back and shoot and say if I'm just scrolling and I go through somebody's profile, me personally, and I see her and she's attractive, I'm gonna slide in, and I'm not gonna do it disrespectful. Like I'm not gonna jump in and be like, oh damn girl, you got a fat ass. Let me hit that. Like no,
He's
like,
really doing that.
like
I thought you were just gorgeous.
It's like yeah, ma.
Oh god.
What you doing tonight? Like you trying to smoke and drive? Like what's good?
Oh, I hate that. The amount of times over the summer I'd have a guy like, oh, like, do you smoke? Oh, you want to chill? You want to get smoked?
You trying to do a blunt cruise?
Right, and I'm
You
like,
trying to do a blunt cruise?
like that
16
got,
or
that got
I
so
don't know.
boring so quick. I'm like, no, like I'll smoke weed at my own house.
Like I don't need you.
Right, like, I'll buy my own weed. I know how to roll a blunt. Like,
And then I can just stay inside and watch cartoons. Like I don't need
like,
you.
I can't even like stress how annoying it is when someone asks, "You want to smoke?" or sends me Snapchats of them getting high. Like, congratulations.
Oh.
I think
Congratulations.
that
If you think that that's what's gonna like make me interested in you, like that just shows what kind of like capacity you have to offer someone else.
Right.
yeah.
True.
I think that's more of the Me Too movement, because now you're like, well, let me get this girl intoxicated, right, and then
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
you know.
Somehow.
Honestly,
like something. If I get this girl high, like maybe she'll
Honestly, I just think that guys just need to be straight up and honest. Like, if you really just want to fuck, like, just say that after, like, I can get it. Don't say it initially in like, the first message because you're not going to, like, get her attention. But if you're talking to her and you're having conversations with her, but you literally only want to fuck, like, say that shit. Like, after you got to know me and feel me out, then say it. But, like, don't, like, all of a sudden think, oh, like, I really like you. We should go on a date. Like, can I buy you food? No.
I mean, like,
and then you want to
take someone on a date and smash at the same time.
I just think that we're past the age to where, like, you have to hype up the fact that you smoke weed. Like, yeah, that was cool when we were in high school.
100% agree.
Like,
it's
we're
not
100%.
We're in our 20s. Like, okay.
Not only that, just like weed, the stigma around weed has changed from when we were in high school and when we were in elementary versus now.
Yeah.
There's literally, dispensaries in Chicago right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you being able to go grab, a dub sack or, a 3-4, like whatever, like that's fine. Like nobody cares. Like
You took the fun out of it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
by
it is.
every means. Like it used to be like one of those like and to get off topic for a little bit, when we were in high school, you'd smoke and you'd get like that paranoid feeling, like that, oh my god, someone's gonna know that I'm high.
Go to school high.
Like you go to school.
That's honestly still me. I'm like, oh shit.
Like can they
I'm
tell?
gonna die.
And then now it's like for not regular people, for a lot of people, it's like you smoke and you're just like that's normal. Like that's you don't get that paranoid feeling.
Right.
But look, I 100% agree. I don't understand why that's glorified anymore.
It's not. It shouldn't be.
No, definitely not. I agree.
People
But I'm
smoke weed,
still
it's
gonna-
already, like, it's already legal anyways.
But I'm
Like,
still gonna be posting my bar selfies.
But I feel like that's a little bit different. I feel like you being at a bar is a little bit more
Right.
socially
Everyone does it.
acceptable. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even like from like the legal aspect. It's a more fun environment.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're at the bar every night and you're taking selfies, like people are gonna be like, damn, her life is lit. But yet if you're, smoking, a joint every night, someone's gonna be like, all right, stop sending me.
What a loser.
Like, all right, you're cool. So I think it's just a different stigma. Definitely, it's too different.
Oh, that's like when people in high school would like post pictures of them smoking a cigarette or with a cigarette in their hand. It's like that was never like cool.
You know how you take a group picture with your friends and it's like
yeah.
Honestly, if I see
right.
so I smoked for 10 years and I stopped, right? So if I see anybody with like a cigarette in their hand, like whether it be on Tinder or even in public, I'm just like, oh, gross.
if it's on Tinder, that's an automatic swipe left. I'm not gonna deal with you.
I kiss a chick after she done smoked.
Oh.
That is
Absolutely
the worst. Oh my goodness.
Now you understand.
I felt so bad. Like she was like, "Does it bother you?" I'm like, "No, not that." But like, it was so
Yeah,
bad.
it's an automatic swipe left. Like I can't do it. Like it's already gross. It smells gross. You already smell gross. Like,
You never realize how bad you smell until you quit
stop.
smoking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
definitely.
worst.
Like especially like when you're in a car with somebody and they're smoking, you're just like, is that really what I used to smell like?
that's actually what my little brother did to get my mom to quit smoking. Every time she lit up in the car, he'd like roll down the window and he'd like stick his head out the window and like be very, very animated over it. And she was like, "I'm done with this. Like, I'm so tired of him."
All right, ladies, I need a truthful answer. Does body type count?
Wait, what do you mean?
Depends on the season. No.
Like, what
So-
do you mean?
so
Like,
do
if
you
they're
want-
fit or?
I think Kanye West said it the best.
Oh, here we go.
Do you want an R&B nigga or do you want? Oh goddamn, I don't know where I said it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Do you want, like that dad bod? Do you want a guy with a six pack? Do you want like a little burly guy? Do you want a little fluffy guy? Do you want a fat guy? Do you want a skinny guy? Do you want
I don't like really, really skinny
Skinny.
guys.
That's like a burly man.
so skinny? So you don't want skinny.
No.
Look, I have to be able to fit into your hoodies. Like,
Yeah.
So if you're like,
That's a good mine, but I can't fit into yours.
So you're in his.
If you're fitting
his
in my
closet.
hoodies,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I've never really liked I mean my ex-boyfriend was like kind of like really skinny, and like once you get yourself a bigger guy, it's just like you're so.
So like cuddling
so-
is better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
and the body heat does get a little annoying.
oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. You're
Um,
drenched in sweat at the
right.
end of
So
the
do you guys sleep with a fan on?
I try to all the time. but Ryan
98%
turns it
of
off.
the time.
Sleep on the other side.
Because I was gonna say, because a lot of times with bigger guys or guys with more,
Well,
weight
I'm
on
the
their
one
waist.
who wants the fan, not him.
Really.
I just like being cold.
I like see
Me
that's the
too.
thing. Like I like the fan because as soon as you turn off the fan, boom, sweat,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
sweating.
And I don't care how cold I am. If I need to get 3 blankets, then I'm gonna get it. But it's not gonna
That's right. The best sleep of your life is when it's freezing cold,
Yeah.
and then you're just like,
All wrapped up in the
yeah,
So-
blankets, warm and
the best.
toasty.
Mm-hmm.
Enough about sleeping.
Sorry, we like sleeping.
So you don't want a guy with a 6-pack.
No.
So that's just a stigma that
I
you
honestly
need to
really
get.
don't care.
No?
I don't care about a
I
six
really
pack.
don't care.
As long as you got some meat on you, like I don't care.
So
Don't
about
be
the
too
whole height
jacked.
thing.
What?
Be
The
taller
whole-
than me.
the whole
Just
height
be
thing.
taller than me. And
Yeah,
it's
just
fine.
be taller than me. I'm already 5'3". I'm already short. Which it's not really hard. Like I'm 5'3", but like
So if it like a perfect example, my little brother, he's like 5'10", right? And he tried to talk to some girl the other day, and she's like 5'8". She's like, "Oh, you're too short for me."
yeah.
If you're taller than me, you're taller than me.
So that
Well, I
doesn't-
mean, like I get it because because I'm 5'6". If a guy was 5'8", I have to be shorter than you with heels on still.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
So,
Because-
but do you
But
wear
it's not a
heels
make or
enough?
break thing.
No,
But,
yeah. Right.
and that's the thing. So, do you wear heels enough to where that can, play a role in it?
I mean, all my boots.
Like me being-
yeah,
Yeah,
Like me being a shorter guy, like when I meet a girl and I look at her height, I'm like, oh, she's gonna want to wear heels. Like she's gonna tower over me. So is that something that plays a factor into it? Like, say if you meet somebody, are you like, oh my goodness?
First of all, if someone's like literally just writing you off because of your height,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're
That's
assholes.
Good
right.
riddance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a preference, but not a requirement.
But it's a preference, but that person has a lot of personal issues. If they're just like, no, I can't talk to you because
You're
Right.
5'7",
But then
right?
it comes to like the
yeah.
whole double standard thing where like, okay, God forbid you tell a girl that she's too big for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, but
So
Oh my God,
So
his
I'm just glad that females do understand that there's a double negative when it comes to
there
that.
is.
Oh, yeah.
But then at the
There
same
is.
time, it's maybe you all are in the minority. when
I was
it
about
comes
to
to
say
this.
not all of them. Not all
But
females.
I think it's a good mind frame to have to where it's like that's really not you're basing people on the content of their character and not
Right.
the content of their height. So
Right.
you guys are like the new age Martin Luther King. I'm sorry. We're at the end of our show, ladies. I'm so glad to have you. I think we had a great show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. It's fun.
As always, you guys. I'm Mike.
I'm Angela.
I'm Destiny.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Julie.
And this is Jets Radio. Just Enjoy the Shit Radio. We have Instagram, Teespring, SoundCloud. Please check us out. If you want more from these ladies, please comment. Let us know. If you have any questions for any of them, let us know. We're just trying to get our names out there, guys. I'll try and put their information, their Instagrams into the description. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yay.